Hello everyone, AbsolX Guardian here, back to playing Minecraft like it's 2016. Yep, I'm back, but instead of this just being me playing around, this is actually going to be like there's going to be editing in here, all that kind of stuff. A lot better made. But what did I do? What is this video going to be about? Well, I made a project, and that is taking this village and improving it, turning it into a town. And so, we're gonna, before we explore the village, we should see how I improved it. So, we're gonna go cut over to that. Alright, so, let's go see what the village looked like. So, if we go back, we're gonna see, alright, obviously the village is gonna be smaller because it's a village. So, we got this lake, and we got a path, and look at this. Dark forest biome nearby is growing into the village, and there's random lakes here, and look, mobs could probably spawn here. Like, it's ridiculous. And so, look at this villager. He's going to be stuck here. He is never getting out without player intervention. You know why? Because they will mindlessly jump onto these hay bales, and then boom. While I was working on building the wall, there were like 6 or 7 villagers in here, and it was just terrifying. And so, look, there's baby villagers, not enough houses for the villager. And all the unemployed villagers walking around, there certainly aren't enough job blocks for all of them. There are beds suspended over nothing. Because it's between two biomes, just the information of it did not go too well. If you were just playing a survival game, this would not be that good of a village to find. It doesn't have a blacksmith. It does have these leather workers, but and it has this big hole. Big hole. You can build a mine off of it, I guess. But all it's gonna do is villagers are gonna go in here, get themselves killed, or mobs are gonna come out. It's not safe. Here's one of the cartography stations. And the blacksmith doesn't really have much of use, but they have 2 cartography houses. And yeah, so 2 cartographers, but not much of any other job. And the streets are sensible. There's this long path that I guess leads out of the village, but really it just seems like it leads to nowhere. This is just general Minecraft village problems. But look at this cathedral thing. If you're doing like some pseudo-medieval, pseudo-Christian setup, this isn't what you want. Church cathedral thing should be a center of the community, but barely any of the village could fit in here, and for some reason, clerics were making potions, and there's like 2 farms, there's these animal pens, but there's no butcher shop to deal with. All these villagers are kind of gathering to the central marketplace. I do like the fact that there's a marketplace like old medieval town, but I ring the bell, they scatter back to their houses. But look, there just aren't houses for all of them, so they're just running around like chickens with their heads chopped off. And these villagers, like I said, are stuck here, never getting out, and they're just running around. Even though I rang a bell, it could be a raid, and they have one iron golem to protect them. Just to show up better. Alright, everyone, go to sleep. They're not going because they don't have a house. And look how dark large sections of the village are. This is a world where good public lighting is a matter of public safety to stop mobs from spawning inside a village. And they'd be doing it all willy-nilly, and all these villagers would get eaten, all the babies would get killed. I mean, obviously, my village improvement is going to be bigger and better, turning it into a town, but just look at all these buildings. Look at how little night light there is. It's just one iron golem. Oh, I didn't set it to peaceful. Cool, let's watch them die. Let's move it along a bit. dark part of the village. Your iron golems on the other side. Are you even going to start running? Look at it. Look how you're failing. And now your iron golem is stuck in your fence area. Nothing's going to help you. I'm not going to help you because I don't exist. I am a cruel and uncaring god testing your archetype abilities. Actually surviving pretty well. Picking up a Are skeletons? Oh, skeletons must not be concerned about killing villagers then. Uh, and these guys. And the zombies are gonna climb in. And they got the iron to protect them. I think the other villager dies. I don't see him around anywhere. Yeah, it's easy. It would be easy mode, so it's not like they can break down doors, but they're standing there, and day'll come soon, and there'll be nothing for you to do. And I did not expect to make this segment, but I guess it's gonna be, obviously editing it for highlights. Oh! Skeletons will try to attack villages, I guess just not as quickly. Yeah, and these zombies have the pathfinding to know to climb on the thing. Oh yeah, pass them out on some time. Buster's not noticing that zombie. Where did Iron Golem go? Did he die? Looks like he did. There's the iron. Look, more zombies in here. There's nothing to stop them now. Oh, is that zombie legitimately stuck in there? Am I getting afraid of that? Oh, one of them went zombie. There, they're all dead. He is coming. I want to see how they deal with, like, them being protected by the stairs. They're just gonna go right at that zombie's waving arms. Hey, the skeletons are burning. That zombie isn't burning. Actually, that villager is very smart. He doesn't have a bed. He hid in here. Good for him. Oh, the shade of that tree is keeping these zombies alive. Right, they're awake now and they're hiding on their top floor. Whoa! They open the door for the zombie. It's not even hitting the zombie. They're just stuck. They want to get to work so badly that nothing's happening, and they've left their roommate. They've left their roommates to die at the hands of they've trapped the zombie in their own house. And they just, I don't know, maybe the door gives them immunity or something? Oh. The zombie villager and the other zombie, they must have got him pushed out and died. I guess only zombies hate villagers. These guys, they're just chilling out. Being friends. Huh. So, let's go see what the new and improved village looks like. Alright, welcome back. Past Absol just showed you what this village used to look like. So now let's have a tour of the current village. So, this is the actual flag for the village. So, the village is between a plains biome and a dark forest biome, which is what these two triangles represent, and then the circle in the center represents prosperity. And it's protected by these walls. No mobs are going to be getting in here. And the iron golems that the villagers have been spawning, and I've been putting them up here, and to keep them from walking off, I have to attach them to a fence, because otherwise they're just like, yeah, pathfinding drove me mad working on this. And when it's dark, these lanterns provide sufficient light, so you come in, you use the... There, this is the main entrance. Oh, I spawned in another iron golem. I'm just gonna let this guy wander around instead of putting it back. And then we go into the inside of the walls. And originally I was using wooden doors, but then the villagers would come in and they'd get stuck and lose their jobs and their houses. It was really driving me mad. So that's what this fence is for. I know I could have used an iron door, but part of what I'm trying to do is not use too many super valuable materials to try to make sense in context. So wooden doors it is, and then of course the fences are blocked with trapdoors, and then we come up here, and it's the perfect place for you to defend the village. And then if any spiders try to come in, that's what the iron golems are for. And now I'm gonna cut to a little experiment I did with Torchic Dude, where we're going to act like we're city guards trying to defend the village from an overnight siege. Here we are, Torchic Dude. We're going to be nighttime soon, and so we gotta defend the village. So get our gear. Come on, we gotta go defend the village. I didn't even know this was producing content, but
you can put it in hard instead of peaceful.
it's on easy, but we have this like really good defensive position, so maybe hard would be a good idea. No, the plan is for the mobs to spawn outside the village.
Oh, creeper.
What?
Creeper on the roof.
Oh yeah, the roofs. Oh, and I turned mob griefing back on, so be careful.
Got him.
Nice. Well, if we don't see anything in the village, we go onto the walls and we attack them from over there.
Yeah. You made the village really cool. It's like...
Alright, let's go. Let's go on the walls.
Alright. It'll be on the mob.
I'm on the other side, going to different sides of the walls.
Hope fire spread's not on, because lightning strikes that house dead.
Fire spread on for that reason.
Oh.
I heard a zombie outside the wall where I am.
Same. Oh my god.
Oh, someone's breaking the iron golem. I think they're on the wall.
I can't go outside of the walls, I can only go on the
Yeah, you stay in the
sides.
walls. That's what the bows are for. Who's attacking you? Okay, I'm gonna set the weather to clear.
Okay. Boom, I just shot you guys. Creeper. Oh.
I'm not seeing anything.
I'm just on my side.
I'm gonna go over to where you are because you are producing the interesting content.
I'm about to shoot. Ooh. Oh, I hit that. Like
Well, did you hit me? Ah!
an accident. Oh, well, now you have to survive. On the outside of the wall.
Ah! I see a zombie.
Phew.
Pretty good. Are you attacking the iron golems? Then how did you get iron?
I did trade.
Yeah.
Whoa, you shot something. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They call me the night boy.
Wait, you're outside?
Yeah, they call me a knight.
Alright, I'll provide air support.
Just don't shoot me. Ooh, ender. Guess what XP level I'm at?
Hi. Nice.
Where'd that enderman go? Ah, creeper! Aw, man.
Oh, man.
Skelly bone. Enderman? What's up? What's up? What's up? You wanna go? What's up? What's up, G? Oh, it's
Wait, does the rain kill it?
yeah, the water kills Enderman. How's he not dead?
They make such a loud, annoying noise.
Wow. Way to be Enderman-ophobic. Oh my god, how is he not dead?
I got a hit off it.
He got a pearl.
Look at all these zombies. Oh, look, a drowning.
I drowned.
I don't know what they're called, but the Fallen London. Ooh.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, any loot we get, I'm gonna say, since we're gonna, once it becomes day, we're gonna go right into doing the trading game.
Oh, we're doing trade.
Yeah. And, so.
Oh, I got a trade that's 4 iron for an emerald, and I have 5.
Yeah, but no more killing any more iron golem. I did not know spiders could swim.
Yeah, they can. I've been attacked by like 8 zombies.
I think there's a creeper swim. Oh no, it's a drowned. Come on, spider. Oh, there's a forest fire starting. Do you by any chance have enough iron to make a bucket?
Yeah.
You make a bucket and put the forest fire out?
Because that's illegal item. If you click the fire, then it goes out. Like if you left click.
I'm being attacked by a lot of mobs right now.
Same.
Give me a hand here.
Nah, I'm also being. Bro, you got to beat the game. Wow, imagine dying. Oh, my stone sword broke. Just slash give.
Yeah.
In the desert.
Come on, creeper. Wait, how far have you gone?
Not that far. Like, I see the village from here. It's a nearby desert.
I was like, wait, shouldn't it be daytime by now? It's the rain that's making everything.
Woo! Ooh, I found another village.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
You're tempting me to make another improved village. Oh yeah, I think I remember the seed said it had multiple villages.
I'm gonna go to this desert temple and then start crafting it. Cause I have 9 iron. Yeah, it's literally in the house. There's literally.
Whoa, a spider almost climbed up the wall and an iron golem got him. So much good stuff, it kind of makes the whole, There's a zombie pigman out here!
Did you make another portal?
No!
I can TP to you now.
No, I want to TP, I want to get...
You lagged me.
Okay, so we're not in a safe place. Yeesh.
And then see big brain.
Oh,
And there's no iron golem in here.
This is pretty big brain. Oh, night. It is night.
Yeah.
Okay, I put all the stuff we found in the village in a different chest. So then it's not like unfair for the trading content.
We can compare who got better stuff.
The answer is you. I already know that. You got a cactus. Alright, but let me know once it becomes day, because we did say we'd do it for an entire night, and I think we've done it for 2 nights because of the raining during the...
Yeah.
Also, I think zombie pigments there's no... I know I never built a nether portal. There's no naturally spawning portal in the world. So...
Ooh, Enderman.
I saw a zombie pigment, therefore...
What just blew up?
A creeper.
Wow.
Therefore, zombie pigments have to be naturally spawning now. like zombie villagers. It's very village defense. So good, we just ended up defending a different village. Alright, so hopefully that was enjoyable. And let's go to exploring the rest of the village. Hello. Now, you probably already noticed, I've named every villager. This is Killian, this is Sissel. They don't keep consistent jobs, they get all confused. So, like, he was a librarian, now he's a fisherman. And instead of building, like, an actual angler's hut, I just set up a little angler station and a little dock to the lake. And so this lake's in the original village. This river isn't. It used to be that all settlements had to be built around rivers to provide a fresh source of water. And so I created an artificial river connecting that lake to the natural river that is nearby. And because this is such a large river, it also is a good explanation for where most of this village gets its wealth through trading. Its in-universe existed for many generations, which has allowed it to gain such success. And the water can move freely, but no swimming mobs will be able to find their way in. Having all these fences here weren't really my idea, but these villagers, they kept getting, again, this is villager proofing the village. They kept getting stuck inside the river, and then just, there's nothing I could do. So now this is a museum. This isn't me adding more village blocks, but, you know, since I last played Minecraft, banners had just been added, and these glazed terracotta pieces are brand new. So this is a museum highlighting the artwork of the weavers and the terracotta blocks that they've obtained through trading and some other valuable items. I thought it would be a good way to fill up the blank area. And so you can see it's getting late, but there aren't going to be any, even if I set it to easy, there will not be any mobs spawning in this village because everything is perfectly lit. It gets ridiculous in some places, but lighting is a matter of public safety. So Nicholas here, he's not going to get in any trouble despite the fact he has not gone into a house even though it's nighttime. He can stay out past the sunset. The villagers living in this town have an unprecedented amount of safety. I'll show you some other parts I put on this little, well, it's become an islet because of the way the walls and the river work. And so there's also some bee boxes, and let's get ourselves some honey. Now, this is like a little, this way the bees can be properly smoked and you don't really see anything, and we'll have ourselves some honey soon. I know there are bees living in this box. I don't know why it's never produced honey. Make a chest to put the honey in. And now we also have a public park full of a lot of beautiful flowers with a bench to sit in. And then while the animal pens over there have most animals, they are lacking in a chicken coop. So I made one. I found this on the Minecraft Gamepedia, so someone made instructions for what's both a functioning chicken farm that also looks like a real chicken farm, and so you'll see they've been laying eggs, and in universe, they don't spend all their time in these things. There's a chicken farmer who comes out, lets them have fun out here, but there's no chicken farmer role. They'd be working here. If there was a museum curator role, they'd be working. And as you can see, unlike in the original village, all these paths are perfectly clear and they work perfectly well. And then we have the city hall, which we will have started in for the adventure. And there's no mayor role, but spare librarian here because it's also a library. And here's a map of the village. See, we saw Nicholas out there not sleeping when there's a perfectly open bed right here, and just in case people got unemployed, farming of novelty goods. So here's Lewis. He's currently the stonesmith, which this is his place. As you can see, stone to smith on and a stone cutter to do the stone cutting. He would have made all the sandstone bricks that you see being used for the roofs of the fancy buildings. This is the district for smiths, and for a lot of the houses, this is actually what it would have looked like if it had generated in naturally. Again, I used the blueprints on Gamepedia, so thank you to the wiki contributors. We'll find the weaponsmith, and I added these to show off the merchandise. Some shields, and now we'll find, here's the proper blacksmith. As you saw, I've added the item frame. I added in this fountain with a bell, though they don't need bells, that's safe. I think just by having this one bell that doesn't even reach the entire village, it shows the bit of hubris they have about how safe they are, but hopefully it's well founded. And this is the toolsmith. Oh, spawned in another iron golem. Yeah, they've been just spawning them in as I've been working. You're stuck. Wow. Well, I guess the toolsmith has an assistant now. Here's another house I put down. And so now let's go see my new and improved version of the church. So this is the symbol of this is the banner for their religion. I don't know what it's supposed to represent. I don't know, I'm trying not to just do like pseudo-Christianity as the default. So here it is, stained glass windows representing like elder guardians, the end and the nether, and there's places for people to sit. And then a place for a preacher to give services. And you notice there's actually no brewing stand here, but like I promised, every villager job is represented here, and you'll actually, here it is, Rachel's still the chemist right now. This is actually the chemist's place, and because they kept getting stuck on the ladder, I banned her from the second floor, and they keep doing that and hurting themselves. So, villagers, very bad pathfinding. These are the farms, and then over here we'll find the marketplace, which I expanded from the original. It kind of just grew up naturally between the houses because it's one of the later things I added, and I think that works for just like a marketplace where people just put their stands wherever there was room. The heart of the original village, where mostly all I did was just make a sensible street plan and add more street lamps. And here's the original library. Let's see if the librarian's in. No. Yeah, and any librarians we see about might like kind of be the archivist from City Hall. And these are just more small houses. This wonky thing was my creation because I thought I just needed something to fill the space that wasn't street lamps to keep it from getting too dark. This is another district where I added a bunch of things. This again was to fill up space. Another leather worker place. Just everyone has a job, but sometimes it's not the same job they had yesterday because AI is weird. There are some animal pens. I moved everyone. I tried not to spawn in any more animals, but I moved them around so everyone was in the same pen, and I removed the trees that used to be here, and I cut back on these so people don't fall in and get stuck there. This is one of the places I added, the butcher shop, with wonky stairs that bring you up here, but the villagers get down just fine. And then this is the stable, because I found 2 horses wandering around, so in the village limits, so I tamed them. Here's the shepherd / weaver's place, and there are, if you can't notice, a lot of weavers about. And that's because I just filled the entire thing with looms. I think that's fitting because of how many banners are actually in the art museum, and it just shows like how they produce a lot of wool and weaving, and I think that's their main export. It's what they trade to different places. Here's the Fletcher's place again, showing off the wares. This isn't your house, Alice, but okay, houses aren't owned because your AI is stupid. And now we're up here. I do kind of want to show up off the steeple. Yes, that is glowstone. It's super. They like saved it up to buy it from a wandering trader. And again, it's the tallest building in the village, and it's to show how that's what they value the most. So we have this market with all this trading, which will lead me to one of the like little, just a little game I'm gonna cut to with Torchic Dude and I. We spend an entire day trading. So now we're going trading game. The rule for the trading game is you can't box builds, you can work people's farms and then trade that for, and we'll see what we can get. Okay?
Okay, so I can only work farms.
Yeah. No destroying the hay bales, no destroying their houses, like I know you love to do. No, none of the wheat. This is all full.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, bone meal.
What are you talking about?
You're clearly bone mealing. Yes, you are. I saw you doing it. Yeah, I don't know. Their farms. I guess we've just done it at the wrong point in the day-night cycle because their farm's pretty good. Beetroot. What if the clerical has spider eyes?
Some people do leather for emeralds. That's what Michael does.
Oh yeah.
So same with Emma. But are we allowed to kill cows?
Yeah, I'd say that can be considered like working the farms.
This is where I win. He trades 7 for an emerald. Alright, time to look
Where did
at
the workers go? They're not at the leather workplace. Oh, I just enough to get an emerald from Michael.
This guy leveled up.
Yeah, and that's part of it. We level them up so we can trade for even better things.
Wait, is this the guy? No, I need the butcher so I can trade cookie chop.
Oh, the butcher is over by the shepherd's place.
I don't know where the shepherd's... Wait, no, I think it's not a butcher. Oh, no, that's Charles.
No, butcher's over here. Butcher shop's over here.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
This is the house. Oh, wait, there he is!
House.
Oh, I just got my 12th emerald.
You certainly are doing very good for yourself.
Yes.
One more cow to kill.
Whoa.
I think you've already gotten all of them.
Yes. Ooh, our farm has wheat. Griffin.
I didn't even think of that. Just doing old pseudo-medieval names.
Oh, I wonder if this guy trades any stuff. Why is there diamond soldier and a trident in the guy's place?
Yeah, don't take things from people's items.
Yeah, I know.
It's their basically stealing something from their store.
Yeah.
How many emeralds do you have?
None?
What? I thought you said you got one from the cow guy.
Oh, I feel like I was missing one leather. I'm just gonna go find a cow out in the wild.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Wait, do you need one leather?
Yeah.
I have one leather if you want it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good.
Yay. Thank you. You can have my eggs.
I need eggs. Do you have 1 kilo of string?
Yes. It's a fair trade by supply and demand.
Yes. Yeah. Alright, I need to find the guy that trades string. Oh, there's a leather. Woo, you got your first emerald!
Yep.
So proud of you. Not really. Ooh, I have quite a bit of emeralds. I can get one more if I find this guy. When does the trading process stop?
I don't know. I mean, you basically everybody wants to just try to trade your emeralds for cool things.
Oh, okay, so I can get ender.
Yeah, it's whoever gets the coolest stuff. I guess it turns out villager trade's not really designed for you to just make a bunch of money trading with villagers only.
Oh wait, yes, I found a clay in some guy's house. And it's 10 clay for an emerald.
But are you stealing his clay?
No, I'm doing it. I broke 4 and I placed 1.
All his stuff.
I can get a few more emeralds if I...
You sell it back
No.
to him. He's in his house right now.
Eleanor. Oh wait, am I able to get a look at this C3 book? Oh, I can.
Yeah, if you have a book and the
Yeah,
emeralds.
I can get a look at... Yeah, I have the amount of emeralds and the book.
What does Luck of the Sea give you?
Lose? It's an enchantment on a fishing rod where you can get better stuff while fishing. Do I trade it to win the cool item contest?
Yeah.
See, now I only have 5 emeralds. It cost me 28 for that. You're joking. Oh my god, I just found emeralds.
Yeah, those belong to someone.
Ooh, and potatoes.
Wait, we're taking things
Out of
chests.
Okay. Alright, I just traded with a potato guy. And I traded away 20, so I could have had 36. Are you still trading for cool stuff?
No, I think we can say you won.
No, trade for one more thing.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not. Alright, yeah. I have 8 emeralds and 3 books.
Before we go, there's one last thing I want to go over, which I changed after I finished the main portion of the video, mostly based on what happened in the trading game you just saw. So I went through and I changed what everyone had in their chests to have things that are more reflective of what you'd find in a nice and very prosperous village. So a few emeralds, some food, and I went and I respawned in all the animals, and I went and replanted all the crops, and I actually diversified them. Half are wheat, half are potatoes, because when you have undiversified crops, it leaves you vulnerable to a blight that would wipe out all of your food supplies. But if a potato blight develops, they still have the wheat. And one last thing I did is, just around the village, I tried to repair all the damage that was done in the defense section, so I blocked up all the creeper holes, but I couldn't find the desert village that Torchic Dude took me to, so I couldn't fix that up. So for people exploring the map, be warned, there is a 1x1 hole to the void, and just some general things messed up that wasn't recorded, but I can't find again. And so this is a village, the light to this part of the world, a beacon of civilization against the ravages of mobs. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun for me to just work on building this village. Don't really expect any more Minecraft videos, but if there are some, they're not gonna be Let's Plays like I used to do. They're gonna be more projects like this or something similar. And yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. And now I'm feeling compelled to say like and subscribe. I mean, I subscribe. You'll get random projects I'm working on. No coherency, no update schedule, but a like would really be appreciated. And I'd love to have a discussion with you in the comments. So thank you for watching. Bye.